Multiple people have died in a shooting at a Walmart store in the U.S. state of Virginia. Police have confirmed that the gunman has also been killed.
2 explosions in Jerusalem have killed at least 1 person and injured around 14 amid rising tensions between Israel and Palestine. Northwest Turkey has been rocked by an earthquake with a magnitude of 5.9 in the early hours of Wednesday morning and felt in Istanbul and Ankara.
Rescue workers in Indonesia continue the search for survivors after Monday's earthquake on the island of Java. Dozens of children are among the missing.
Russian authorities said Crimea was targeted by a drone attack, prompting Moscow to put air defense forces on alert. Several people have died in a shooting at a Walmart store in Virginia. The number of dead is unknown, but a police officer said it was no more than 10. The incident happened in the city of Chesapeake, and the police said the shooting was believed to have happened inside the store and that the suspect acted alone. They also confirmed that the gunman was killed, but it's still unclear whether the death was caused by self-inflicted injuries. The motive behind the shooting is still unclear. The attack comes just days after a gunman opened fire at an LGBTQ nightclub in the state of Colorado, killing 5 people and injuring 17 others.
2 explosions have gone off near bus stops in Jerusalem, killing at least 1 person and injuring at least 14. The blasts happened during rush hour traffic. Police closed part of a main highway leading out of the city. The incident is amid rising tensions between Israel and Palestine after months of Israeli raids in the occupied West Bank, sparked by a spate of deadly attacks against Israelis. The violence also comes as former Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is holding coalition talks after national elections. He's likely to form what's expected to be Israel's most right-wing government. An earthquake with a magnitude of 5.9 has rocked Turkey, waking people from their sleep and causing widespread panic. It happened just after 4 a.m. Wednesday morning and was felt in Istanbul and Ankara. The epicenter was in the northwest of the country, in Galayaka. According to the European Mediterranean Seismological Centre, it was at a depth of 2 kilometres. At least 35 aftershocks were recorded. Officials say 22 people were being treated in hospitals for injuries, including those that jumped from balconies and windows.
More rescuers and volunteers have been deployed to search for victims following Monday's major earthquake, which devastated parts of Indonesia's main island of Java. Dozens of children are among those still missing. Save the Children, which operated a program in the region, say the high incidence of the young affected by the quake is due to 80 or more schools having been damaged or destroyed as children attended classes. The search by parents for their children all too often ends in heartbreak. While the priority is the search to find those still trapped, the needs of the living are growing. Food, water and temporary shelters, of course, but aid agencies are also distributing medicines and hygiene kits for families. The latest death toll suggests at least 268 are known to have died and 150 people are still missing. But the exact number of deaths is still uncertain as rescue operations continue to free people trapped in collapsed buildings and with landslides blocking roads to more remote areas.
Authorities in Russia-annexed Crimea claim to have repelled 2 drone attacks on the peninsula, one of which was reportedly targeting a power station. Crimea was annexed by Russia in 2014, and the government in Kiev has vowed to reclaim the territory. The Russia-installed governor said that right now our on-duty air defense forces are working. 2 UAVs have already been shot down. No civilian objects have been harmed. Please remain calm. Crimea officials have also slammed reports that residents are being evacuated. The head of the so-called Republic of Crimea called it fake news.
Dear Crimeans, be guided only by verified official sources of information. Regarding the issues of mobilization, evacuation, trust only the information coming from me. Crimeans are never lied to. We will inform you in a timely and honest manner about any situation, even the most difficult and unpleasant.
An evacuation of recently liberated Kherson and Mykolaiv has begun, but it's being organized by the Ukrainian authorities. It's due to fears that cuts to heat and water after Russian shelling will make winter unlivable there. As the locals leave, Ukraine's government is warning the West of war fatigue, calling on the EU to work on a 9th sanction package against Russia. Britain, France and Germany have condemned Iran's expansion of its nuclear program after the UN atomic watchdog confirmed that the Islamic Republic was further enriching uranium. The country is already enriching uranium to 60% purity at its nuclear facility, meaning that supplies of the radioactive metal held in at least 2 places are now closer to weapons-grade 90% purity. Western powers say there is no credible civilian justification for Iran's enrichment program. The news is another blow to hopes of reviving the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, which had capped the country's uranium enrichment. The so-called E3 governments, which includes France, Germany and the UK, said Iran was moving well beyond those limits set down in the nuclear deal.
Turkish-backed militants are on standby for further military action after Ankara signalled it may soon launch a ground offensive against Kurdish forces inside Syria. In an address to supporters, the Turkish president indicated he was poised to order his forces to cross the border to follow up on last weekend's airstrikes. We've been on top of the terrorist for a few days with our planes, cannons and drones. God willing, we will root out all of them soon with our tanks, artillery and soldiers. Know this. Sunday's airstrikes against Kurdish positions followed last week's deadly bomb attack in Istanbul, which Turkey blames on Kurdish militants. Russia, which has troops in Syria to support President Assad's regime, has called for a restraint. We still call on all parties to refrain from steps that could lead to a serious destabilisation of the situation. In general, this can boomerang back and further complicate the security situation. The US, which backs the Kurdish fighters, also urged Turkey to hold fire. But Ankara has long resented Washington's support for what it regards as a terrorist organisation and appears poised for further action. Dozens of people are believed to have died in the airstrikes, including some civilians.
Germany will be looking to make a statement at this World Cup. The 4-time world champions exited in the group stages after losing to South Korea in 2018. But this year's selection is another star-studded squad, with Bayern Munich's Thomas Müller, Manuel Neuer and Serge Gnabry all included in coach Hansi Flick's side. Spain went one step further than Germany in 2018, only to be knocked out on penalties by hosts Russia. They have a bedrock of veteran stars, but also showcase well-established young players, such as 19-year-old Ansu Fati, Pedri, who just turned 20 this month, and 18-year-old Gavi. It's Germany who will kick off Group E tomorrow against Japan. Spain, meanwhile, face off against Costa Rica. On Wednesday, countries in Group F will also get their turn. Euronews reporter Sam Ashu is in Doha to bring us up to speed.
Game of the day in Group F's Belgium take on Canada at the Ahmed Ben Ali Stadium. Manager Roberto Martinez will be without his star striker Romelu Lukaku, whose hamstring injury may well see him miss the remainder of the competition. For this Belgium side, there's a little bit of pressure. It's possibly their golden generation's last chance to win a FIFA World Cup. As for their opponents, this competition has been met with huge excitement and anticipation. It's Canada's first for 36 years. The other game in Group F sees Croatia take on Morocco. The games here have been interesting, exciting and open so far. far. Let's hope for more of the same. Sam Ashu for Euronews in Doha.